Hi guys, I'm back. Um, I want to start out just by thanking everybody for all the positive vibes and thoughts. It's really important to me. It makes a big difference as to how much confidence that I have going into this. Nobody said anything negative. I was expecting some trolls and some issues along the way, and so far, everybody's just been awesome, and it means so much to me, the kind of response that I'm getting so far. Um, So I'm going to combine a couple of questions kind of into one today because they all kind of stem around my mother. Um, when she first wrote the book, the first book, I was in prison. So I didn't know anything about it. I kind of heard about it through the grapevine while I was in there. And of course, I was infuriated because I didn't have a chance to read it. I had no idea anything behind it. I was just mad. And when I got out, I got a copy of the book. When I read it, I was a lot less angry. Um, there were so many things in there that even though she didn't consult me when she wrote them, she actually had spot on as far as the ways I was feeling about my relationship with Chase, about a lot of different things, things that happened that I didn't even know she had any idea about. And it made me warm up a little bit towards it, and then I figured, as I was seeing the kind of support that she was getting and the kind of responses she was getting, it made me want to be helpful rather than abrasive. um as far as my relationship with my mother, now we have gone back and forth over the years. We have gone long periods of time where we didn't talk or barely talked. Then we got to a point where at least I was visiting every year on Christmas, and then I relapsed about 8 years ago, and then we weren't speaking at all for a while. But I've just recently moved back to Reno, and we have decided to try to build our relationship, um, and try to make it something again. And it's baby steps. We're going a little bit at a time. We still have a lot of things that we don't agree on or don't see eye to eye on, for sure. Um, I try really hard not to badmouth her, even if she does things that make me angry, because I know that for the most part, her heart's in the right place, even if she is unfounded in my beliefs about some things. And again, those are things that we'll go over as we go. Um, but in the long run, I think that she wants to help people. I guess I guess my mom is kind of unapproachable to me. And that's kind of hard to say, but when she grew up, she was on her own a lot. She lost her dad young. Um, my grandmother was not very hands-on as a parent, and so she ended up out on her own super early and doing things for herself, which made her very decisive and a little bit hard to approach, in my opinion. um, which puts a strain on a relationship when you're growing up, because you don't know what's okay and what's not okay and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And even in the middle of my worst part of addiction, I still just wanted to please her, wanted to make her proud of me. And of course, I just sat there high and complaining about it for the majority of that time. But um, I always felt that she's difficult to please. And again, I'm not saying that to be bad mouthing her. I think she just expects a lot out of her kids, and I wasn't giving her what she needed to make her proud of me. And that's totally understandable. Um, this is a hard one to talk about, so I apologize. I'm doing my best here, but um, I really want to be close with her, and I'm hoping that before too long I can change all that and we can be close. We've had a lot of things that we've gone back and forth about that make us fight or make us think terribly about the other person, and and I'm taking responsibility for all of my part of that. Um, I don't know if she knows or if she's aware of any of her parts of this, and that's okay too. I mean, she's going to be who she is, and I have to do my best to just love her and accept her for who she is and for the way she goes about doing things, because I don't really see a lot of changes going to happen. My face looks terrible today. I don't know why. I did a 5-minute makeup job today, maybe. I don't know. So I apologize. I look kind of like a zombie today. Um, Again, I really want more with my mother, and I'm really hoping that we can have that before too long. And we're making baby steps, but I did go out there for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and for we actually talked about it and addressed it directly and decided that we're trying to start fresh, and so I have high hopes for that. Um, I think I pretty much covered it. Again, if anything specific, if I think about anything specific, I will go over that. Um, so while I'm still here, I want to share something with you guys that I've never really talked about to too many people, but the butterflies. I wanted to talk about the butterflies just because you're going to see them more and more coming up all over the place, and that's because they mean something to me. It's not just a pretty creature. I want to tell you a story really quickly before I go. So way, 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 way back towards the end of my first major addiction, just before I went to prison, I was homeless. I was walking down the streets. It was December in Reno, so there's snow everywhere. I was pregnant with my daughter, Heaven, and I was struggling to not get high. I had found out I was pregnant and had gotten high a few more times, but I didn't want to poison my child. And I was walking down a road with nowhere to go except for the dealer's house. And I was fighting myself and trying to force myself to stay sober. And I sat down on some random person's back porch step, and I propped my foot up on my knee so that my toe was pointing upward like that. And I prayed. I prayed for some kind of a sign. I asked specifically for a sign that everything was going to be okay. No matter what happens next, if you can just give me a sign that everything's going to be okay, I'm going to follow through. I'm going to roll with it, and I'm going to know that it's going to be for the best, no matter if I think it's not or whatever. And just after this, and I'm not making this up, a monarch butterfly came flying up out of nowhere in the middle of wintertime in Reno and landed on the toe of my shoe. And it sat there looking at me and slowly flapping its wings for a couple of seconds. And then it flew off, and I didn't see where it went. I didn't see it again, but I felt like that was a direct sign. How often does that ever happen in anyone's life? And about 2 or 3 days after that, I got arrested and I went to jail and then to prison. And the whole time I didn't break, I didn't cry. I knew that that's what I needed to help get me where I needed to be. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's really important to me, and it's something that's really special to me. And I just wanted to include you guys on the journey as I go, rather than just spitting it out at you. I wanted you to be a part of it. Okay? Don't forget, like and subscribe. Send my link to whoever you can. Try to get people in. I'm trying to grow as quickly as possible so that I can touch as many people as possible in the right way. Okay? Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.